Today's session is on the floor the whole time. Oh, I've even got more mellow music today. So child's pose is where we're going to start. We're going to take it fairly wide in the knees, big toes touching. And then you can just let your upper body relax forward and down, melt to the chest between your knees. If your knees don't like full child's pose, then you can just take it with your bum slightly lifted up. So there you can be here. It's still relaxing. Or slide the bottom into the heels and let's reach the fingers forward. And I want you to really spend about 30 seconds or so just finding your breath. Your long, deep inhalations through the nose, your slow exhalations out through the mouth. Feeling your rib cage expanding out to the sides, filling up the lungs. Slowing your breath down every time. Two more breaths. And then we pick ourselves up, lift our bottoms away from our heels, coming up onto the hands and knees. We're going to start by just warming up through the joints, stay with a nice flat spine, engage the abs, find your balance, take your left leg behind, take your right arm forward. We're going to come out to a 45-degree angle, back into center, and then tap it down, keeping your leg and arm straight. Lifting up, opening out, center, tap down. So I'm just letting my toes and fingers slightly touch, then lift straight back up, exhale. Four more. Last one. Lift, come out to the corners of the room, pause there and stretch with the fingers, stretch with the toes. Do some little pulses for me, stay at that angle. And breathe, 5 more. 3, 2, 1, back to center, lower the hand, lower the knee, and arch the spine, stretch it back immediately, because that's fired off from the lower back. Tuck your chin, tuck the tailbone, push the floor away. And then inhale to hold, exhale, undulate back to neutral spine. We do exactly the same on the other side. We slide the right leg, left arm, hold, find your balance. Then we take it out to 45 degrees, back to the middle, tap it down. Can't really be bothered to do a really hardcore session in this heat. It's quite nice in the studio, isn't it? It's quite tiring doing work all day outside in this. Been doing quite a lot of outside work this week. 4 more.
There's a nice beer garden down the road. Yeah.
We're going to go there instead.
Why not?
Last 2. And just like on the other side, we lift up, we take it out, we hold, we reach, we stretch, use your abs, and then pulse. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hold it there, inhale, center, exhale, let it go, and arch that back again. Scooping the belly in. And then lower yourself down to your elbows. Take your hands together, interlace and make a triangle position through the forearms. Tuck your toes, lift up with your hips up, stretch out through a dolphin position. So elbow down facing dog. And then move the hips down the legs, bending, extending. Take your toes back a little bit, make the triangle position a bit longer. So we can do 2 exercises in one here. We're going to roll through the hips, roll through the spine. I mean, lowering the hips down. We pause in plank. We take a tap out and a tap out, back to middle, and we lift back up. So inhale, roll forward. Just keep breathing, stabilize, and lift up. Option is to do this on your knees. You roll forward, you drop your knees, you extend one leg out, you pull the knee back in, extend the other leg, pull the knee back in, tuck the toes, and lift your hips again. So we're going to do 10 of these in total. Take your time. If you beat me to the 10, just hold your plank at the end. This is 6. 7. 3 more. 2 more. Last one. And then pause, drop down to your knees, come all the way down to the floor, extending your arms and legs. Pull everything quite close into the center, and we just repeat what we did when we were on our hands and knees. So we lift up the left leg, right arm, out to that 45 degrees, back to center, tap down, but we swap to the other side. No Richard today.
What's happened to him?
So we'll do one more on each side. Pause in the bottom, take a breath. Now we're going to stay narrow, lift the left leg and right arm up. Reach, and we take it, slide it out, slide it in. Slide it out, slide it in. Squeeze the belly away from the floor. 5 more. 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, bottom. Exhale, lift the other side. Let's go. Take it out, take it in. Think about the stretch, think about the reach, think about the elongation of the body. 5 more. Feel those buttocks firing up. Last 2. And release it down. Let your hips just roll side to side, releasing the lower back. Now we're going to keep our arms in front of us. We're going to take our feet a little bit wider, glue the legs down. We're going to inhale, lift the upper body. We're going to exhale, circle the arms all the way around and get an extra elevation at the top to be squeezed back. Squeeze those shoulder blades tight together, and then release the arms all the way back round as we lower the chest, and we drop the head and the fingers down together. We inhale, lift everything up. Exhale, huge circle, palms in, squeeze and lift. Then open the arms and release. Now, this is quite strong on your back when you have your arms extended forward. So if you need to make it a little bit easier, lift up and then take one arm back, squeeze it up, lift, take it back around, lower it down, flip it to the other side. Stick with the 2. Use those back extensor muscles all across the spine, into the shoulder blades to work the body. We're going to do 4 more of these. Everything's in blocks of 10. Last two, don't rush it. Last one. Okay, we're going to pause here. Lift up, interlace those fingers and stretch our arms up to the sky, down towards our heels, shoulders away from the ears, eye gaze forward but slightly down. Lift up, pull those arms, hold it for 5, higher, 3, 2, and 1. Release it down, turn your head to one direction, relax. Turn your head the other way. And bring your hands underneath the shoulders. Carefully transition up. We push back into a gentle child's pose. So just that means you go back slowly into it. Encourage your back to move from a quite a strong extension into flexion. Reach the fingers. Slide your right hand down towards the shoulder. Reach your left hand further and then twist slightly towards that right shoulder, dropping our left arm further down. Get a nice stretch down the lat. Sides of the back. Slide the right leg arm to join the left, take it the other direction and twist towards the left as you reach that right arm forward. Then release up and then spin around to bring your feet in front of you. Flex your feet, grab your feet, lift up tall, take a nice stretch to the spine. Then take a little stretch forward into hamstrings as far as you can go. So before we go into any exercises up here, we just want to wake up the hamstrings and the lower back. Open through the shoulder blades, release the chin down. Bend and extend your legs. And then roll it up, sit up tall, bend your legs, feet touch the ground. Hold your thighs, start here. Now we're going to release the arms forward. We're going to sink through the lower back, come back into a half roll back. Pause here when you feel your abs fired up. We're going to lift up the right leg, do a little clap, release. Left leg, little clap, release. So get up high, clap. Sink back, lift up. Pull the thigh in towards the chest. If you want to make it harder, straight leg, straight leg. So just slide your heels a few inches further forward. Begin to extend the leg a little bit more. And we're going to go 8. Squeeze a little bit more through the belly. 6. 5. Come on, lift the leg more than your upper body. 3. 2. One more. And 1. Roll it up. Wrap the shins and lift it tall. We're going to take a little twist. So we stay here. We're going to take our hands across our chest with the elbows. If you want to go harder, take your hands behind and open the elbows. Scoop the belly in again. Roll down. And this time we do the knee lift again. Just tap it. Nothing you've not done. We're just changing the motion of the spine. Changing the muscle groups that are working. So if you're here, it's a bigger range, a bigger twist. If it feels too much at any point, you can stay here and just do a little twist on the spot. We'll carry on. We've got hip flexors, this is. Come on, 8 more, 8. Inhale, 7, drop down every time, pull up every time. 5, breathe. 3, last 2, 2, and 1. Roll it up, grab the shins. Take your hands behind you, fingers pressing back, lift your chest, bend your legs, pull yourself up into a reverse tilt. Take your feet a little bit wider. Okay, here's your little challenge. Lift the left foot, tap it with your right hand, and then swap. Staying as still as you can in those hips. And if this doesn't work for you, then just stay here, just do little leg lifts, that's fine. Instead. 8.
Liking the breakdance music.
5. I know it's a little bit too chilled. 4. 3. When that move stays on. 2. And 1. Hold here, lift up. And give yourself a little hug. Flex your feet, grab your feet, take it into a hamstring stretch. Huh?
That's good, don't worry.
Maybe it doesn't. I'll probably spend 5 minutes trying to find something. Stretch those hamstrings again, bend and extend. Tell you what, not doing Pilates in 2 weeks makes a massive difference. My whole body shape just changed for the worse. So never stop doing Pilates. Lesson learned. Okay, roll it up.
Oh, never start.
There's that too. So we're still going to work into rotation. Take the knees wide this time. Lift up. Again, you can come to here or come to here. Sink the belly down, roll, quarter of the way back or half. And then we do the rotation to the knee again, but the knees coming out. Or reach big toes. Reach big toes. And twist. Twist. You can be here. You're going to make it harder. Arms high. There we go. That's a little bit more of a challenge. 8, 7, 6. Come on, arms up. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Roll it forward. Grab your feet. Lift up tall. And sink. Oh, it's tight. My buttocks and my back just shocked then. Just keep a lovely wide position with your heels quite far away from the groin area. Just sink down there a little bit deeper. Okay, roll up. Close those knees. Lift up tall again. Put your hands behind you. This time fingers pointing in. Bend your knees. Lift back up. So this time we're just going to do some hip presses. Up and down. My buttocks tap. I squeeze and lift. I open fully through the shoulders. If your wrists don't like it, take them out to the sides like that. Otherwise, carry on. If you want a challenge, lift one leg, do it with one leg. 4, 3, 2, stop the legs if you are here, otherwise 5 more in total. 5, 4, get those chests up, get those hips up. 2, and 1, drop the foot, drop your bottom, hug your knees forwards. Take a little breath here. This time slide the soles of your feet together, close in towards you, grab around your feet or your ankles, and lift up to push those knees down. So if you wish, you can just stay here and pull your chest further forward, squeezing your elbows back. Or you can sit the spine and drop down to your feet. Or if you're like me, you can't actually get very far here. So that goes in a thigh stretch, hip flexors stretch. And then close it. Slide your bottom towards your heels, roll to the floor. Arms relaxed down by your side, tuck your shoulder blades under. Engage your lower abs, lift your legs up to tabletop. We take the right leg out to the side. We push it away in a big circle, and then we bend it back to join the left. We take the left one out to the side, kick it forward and away, circle it around and back. Now, if you want to make it a little bit harder, do this with straight legs. And the point of this exercise is when the leg pulls away, the opposite leg doesn't follow. So your core stability needs to kick in a little bit more. Do one more on each leg. And then reverse it. So we go down, out and round, back to the center, like a D. And then a D the wrong way around. Let's try and think about a little bit more stability in the pelvis, a little bit more squeeze into the lower abs. One more, each side. Pause, your legs in the air, straighten the legs, and then slide your hands around the back of the thighs and lightly catch them, using that opportunity to take a little stretch in the hamstrings. Keep hold of your left leg, lower your right leg down. Take a deeper stretch by pulling and bending the elbows, lengthening out that knee. Now we are going to climb up that leg, and as we do so, we bring the head and the shoulders up, like we're doing a little crunch, and then we pull the leg in and push the leg as straight as possible. Toes down, heels away. We then hover the right leg off the floor, dead straight. We lift up a little bit more, then we release the arms, and we take a little pump on the arms. So working through the upper abs. Option here, if it gets too much, drop that leg, takes a little bit of the pressure off, or you can bend that leg, and you still drop that leg. Otherwise, stay here, it's too much for the neck, keep pumping, just holding the legs in that position, so you still got that hover. If you wish, everyone a bit further, and pump the arms like this. And as you do, your legs move as one unit. See? 2 inches in, 2 inches in. Lifting, lifting. 8, 7, straighten those knees. 5, big pumps. 4, 3, last 2, and 1. Grab that leg, drop your head, drop your shoulders, drop your right leg to the floor. And go deeper into the stretch. Bend this leg, slide your hands around the front of the shin. Just drive that thigh towards your shoulder. Slide your right hand to catch the ankle, move a little bit deeper into the stretch. Now we're going to bend the right leg and you're going to pop that left foot on top of the thigh. Then we're going to pull the right foot a tiny bit further in and we're going to take a breath in, exhale, lift the hips up into one-legged bridge. So now my left leg is pushing weight down into my right leg, which then makes it a little bit harder as we hip press up and down. If you can, lift your heel and work into the calf muscle as well. If this isn't for you, lightly cross the leg so it's no pressure on the hip or the knee joint and press there. Lift, lift, up, absolute maximum squeeze through that right buttock. Give me one more press, hold at the top, drop your head if it's up, and do some little pulses right into the hamstring, lower part of the butt. And then release it up. Keeping the foot where it is. Just take it a little bit more to the outer edge of the knee, to then allow the knees to drop over to the left, sliding your arms a little bit higher. Take your stretch into the thigh, hip flexor. Lower back. Nice long deep breaths. Get both the knees onto the ground if you can. Now as we come back into the middle, pause. Now the ankle sits nice on the knee. Let's take it into buttock stretch. Possibly here, grab the leg, head down, shoulders down. Right knee, tiny bit further out to the right. And open that left knee, breathe. Draw the backs of the shoulders into the floor, pin the spine into the ground. Now release the leg, release the foot, and then turn immediately over into your right side. Work the left leg at the top. So we're going to get into a nice straight line with the body. You can relax your hand onto your head if you prefer. If you want to stay in neutral spine, relax it here. When you look down your body, you should be able to see the tips of your toes. Your hand can be on your thigh or in front of your chest. We're going to keep the feet fairly relaxed for now. Lift the top leg, lift the bottom leg up to meet the top leg, and then drop both down together. So we lift top, bottom, and down. Now, if you feel this in your lower back at all, take your legs a few inches forward, and it takes it more into your obliques. That's only if you feel it in your back. You should feel it in your obliques anyway. Now, what I want you to focus on is you activate the top leg with the outer thigh, then you activate the inner thigh and the bottom leg, and then the inner thigh takes the weight of the top leg as you lower them to the floor. 3 more of these. I feel like my legs are going anywhere today. Like, what are you doing? Hold your last one up into the air. Then release the top leg up as high as you can possibly go. Then pull the toes in and turn the toes down so my heels leading up towards the sky. Squeeze and lift up a little bit more and do some presses lightly at the top. Still keep your core in tight. You want to feel this right into that waistline. Bottom leg stays elevated unless you need to drop it, please drop it. Let's do this. Come on, lift. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hold. Now, drop that leg to join the bottom leg. Squeeze the inner thigh of that bottom leg and press those legs up together. Almost like you're relaxing the top leg. And now that inner thigh and the other leg has to do the work. Still use your core. I'm still feeling this tight in my obliques. 10 more. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold it there. Now flex both your feet. Part your top leg a little bit. Lift your top bottom leg a little bit. And let's take those legs for a walk. If it's too much, drop the bottom leg and just walk the top leg on its own. Okay? Doing both together is actually harder. Lift those legs a little bit higher. 8, 7, 6, 5. Come on, lift that top thigh. Come on, Tom, lift it. 2 and 1. Squeeze those legs together and release down. Just bend them forward very slightly, just to release up. A little rub in here. And we come up onto our elbow. The elbow directly beneath the shoulder. We're all going to stay in a half plank. So we're going to lift up and then push our hips forward to line our whole body straight. Taking the arm up and stretching. Lift the hips up high, like you're creating a curve underneath the lower body. Take the top leg, lift it up to join, and we pull it in, we kick it away. Oh, my battery's low.
Yeah, me too.
Now here, lift that knee up high and overhead, squeeze, and if you come forward very slightly, get more of an oblique and an abdominal crunch. And crunch. 10, 9, 8, 7, lift up higher, 6, and 5, 4, come on, crunch it in, 3, last 2, last 1, and then reach away, lift up high, and drop it down. Just pull this knee forward, slide your body up, then bend that leg behind, free that foot forward, and just stretch out that right buttock. Oh, really? Oh, there we go. Come. Silent. Just let your head and chest drop down. Feel the stretch very lightly. Then slide yourself back down, over onto your backs. Shoulder blades under. Take a breath in. Lift those legs up to tabletop or straight legs again, like we did earlier. We'll do our circles. Okay, this time you've got the option to repeat what you did. We take our leg out to the side, swing it around, pull it in, and then to the other side with your bent leg or straight leg. Or take both legs out, wide V, circle, 3/4 or halfway down, and scoop the legs back up in the center. Open, take it down and around, and back up. Two more of these. Pause at the top, we reverse. Down, open wide, put it in the center. That's 3. And 4. Last one. And 5. Legs stay straight up. Press the soles of feet towards the sky. Lightly hold the back of the hamstrings. Head down, shoulders down. Stretch them. We're going to keep hold of the right leg. We're going to drop the left leg all the way down to the floor, holding this leg lightly to stretch out through the hamstring. Make sure both feet are parallel. You haven't lifted the hips away from the floor. Squeezing through the tummy muscles. Begin to lift the head and shoulders. We walk up the leg, catching the leg higher up and straightening out the leg. Drawing our chest up towards the thighs, pull our thigh down towards the chest. Straightening through that knee. A little bit deeper. Squeeze up with the head and shoulders. Now lift the left leg to a hover. When you're ready, release the arms, stop pumping. Remember your options. You can keep that leg flat on the ground, but keep that top leg straight. Or you can bend the knee, keep that left leg hovered. Or you can keep your legs straight, you can drop your head and shoulders down, there's too much on your neck, or go between the two. And let's breathe a bit more. And if you want more, big movements in the arms, keeping them dead straight. Every time you pump, squeeze and crunch, squeeze and crunch. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Lift those shoulders. Last one. And grab that leg. Lower your head, shoulders, and left leg to the floor. Stretch your right one more time. Drive in towards you. Straighten the knee. Take one more breath in the hamstring stretch. Then we bend the knee, we take hold of the shin, we put it in towards the shoulder, catching the ankle if you wish, and slide the left leg away to hip flexors. Really use quite a lot of arm force to get deep into the top of the thigh. And whilst we're stretching out the hip flexor, we begin to slide the left foot in and we pop the right foot on top of that left leg. And we then pull the left heel a little bit further in. And when you're ready, we lift into a bridge. So now the right leg is acting as a weight on the left leg. So focus on the squeeze of the bottom, that left buttock. And if you can, lift the heel and we press up and down. Breathe. Hold at the top. Press the heel to the floor. Do some little pulses. Now squeeze deep into the underneath the buttock, into the hamstring. Don't let the knee protrude to the left. Keep it fully parallel with your hip bone. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale to hold. Exhale, roll it out. Once we hit the ground, you slide the foot to the outside of the knee, arms a little bit wider, and we drop the knees over to the right. Take your stretch down to that hip flexor, abs. Try and push the knees to the floor. Nice long deep breaths. Every time you go into a stretch, use that as an opportunity to really get your breath back into that circulation motion. Just a nice long breath as you feel the lungs expanding, and then you feel them deflating as you exhale. We're going to roll back to the center, which means our ankles across our knee. Once you hit the center, lift the thigh, catch it. Let's stretch the right buttock. Head down, shoulders down. Left knee slightly over to the left. Use your arm to open the right knee. Pushing your bottom firmly into the ground. Enjoy this. Good 20 seconds or so. Breathing into the buttock. Very quiet time, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's quite pleasant, isn't it?
It's weird.
Okay, we are going to, when we release it, it's going to turn to our left side. So I'm going to roll it up first of all and turn it around and switch ends. Right. Yes.
Yes.
And we can relax down to the bottom. We can have our head rest on our hand. Our legs are in a straight line. Our toes slightly in front. Hand in front or resting on the thigh. We lift the top leg. We lift the bottom leg to meet it. We lower both down. Lift, squeeze and release. It's easier off your elbow, too high up. So you'll just get your back rather than the right places. Lift, squeeze. So remember, activate the outside of the glute to lift the leg, then the inside edge, inside thigh, the bottom leg to hold the weight and release on a resistance. So you're working concentrically and eccentrically in different places of the body, of the legs. So I do 4 more of these. And then we hold the last one up. We keep that bottom leg covered. We lift the top leg up to its maximum point, turn the toes in, heels away, turn the toes down, heel leads. We press high at the top. So we keep the leg under tension. We don't drop it down at any point lower than our hip level. We just press, press, press. If you need to drop that lower leg, do so. If you need to reduce your range, do so. Otherwise, keep pressing, squeezing, squeezing. Come on, get it high, lift it up. 8, 7, 6, 5. Feel that glute working a little bit more. Last 2 and 1. Now squeeze the legs together, keep them up. Now take the weight off the top leg with that lower leg, squeeze the inner thigh and press the legs up and down. We'll press it. Keep breathing. Up, down, up, down, up, down. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold it there. If you need to take a quick break, do flex your feet, lift them up, take that top leg away a little bit, and go for a little walk. Try not to let the pelvis rotate backwards and forwards. If it's too much, drop the lower leg and just do a little movement through the top leg. Come on, let's do this. Walk it, walk it, walk it. Split kicking those legs. 8, 7. Get them higher if you can. 5, 4. Use your core. Very important. Use your tummy muscles. Last 2. Last 1. And bring them together and release them down. Bending your knees slightly forward. Wherever you felt that, give it a little rub. Now we're going to slide up onto the elbow. Elbow sits underneath the shoulder. And when you're ready, let's lift up onto the knees. Pushing your hips forward, creating a straight line down the body. Taking the arm up and over. Finding that wonderful stretch by creating that curve underneath your lower body. Now take that top leg up, and when we're ready, let's pull in and give away. Now you need to squeeze that underneath glute, that left buttock on the ground, to keep the hips up high, keep the control, and we're pulling the knee up and over, but we're also coming forward as if we're crunching and then twisting to the obliques, through the obliques to reach the knee. Keep it high. 10, reach. 9, get higher. 8, try not to let that bottom hip drop down. 7, 6, breathe. And 4, last 3, and 2, 1 more, big squeeze in, kick away, lift it up, and drop it down. And as you do so, use your hand to push up, slide that knee forward, other knee comes behind, and we just drop down into a stretch. Just let your shoulders drop away from your ears. Breathe, relax into it. Couple more breaths there.
Oh, you always give me false hope. You've got from the other side. Then we get to it.
Not today, Tom, not today. And then once you're here, just begin to move yourself back up and then bring yourself into a comfortable position. Overtime. Bring your hand onto your knees and just sit tall.
Make up for it by doing less next time.
I'm going to do that. Open your arms. And then just simply breathe in as we reach the arms, exhaling at the very top. Bring your fingers together, simply dropping down, simply giving yourself a bow and a little clap. Thank you so much, as always.